And welcome to a downright feverish edition of Ben's Junk. Pac-Man fever, that is. So if you don't mind, I'd like to wax nostalgic for a moment here, and if you do mind, I'm gonna do it anyway. So even though Pac-Man was a bit before my time, there were still plenty of the old arcade machines kicking around in restaurants and such well into the 90s, if not 2000s. And back in beautiful downtown Aurora, there was this now long closed, long forgotten Mexican restaurant that my family used to frequent. And they had one of those cocktail table versions of Pac-Man in the foyer. The deals with the upturned tube TV with the thick piece of plexiglass over it. And I played that thing a lot. And perhaps as such, it became, and still is, one of my all-time favorite video games. There's just something to be said for simplicity. Anyway, over the years, those old arcade machines have unfortunately mostly disappeared, and I've never quite found at least a decent approximation of the original arcade version, complete with joystick. If anything, you'd think that with today's technology, a real reissue of the original arcade games wouldn't be too tall in order, but it just, for whatever reason, hasn't happened yet. So anyway, I've had the infamous Atari 2600 port and the 2005-ish Namco plug-and-play, both of which are perfectly playable. But in the last week or two, I was at Walmart, and I noticed they were closing out the latest round of reissues. And never mind the price tags on these two. These were actually down to $2 a piece. Now, I would prefer something that I could run to the TV, but the current plug-and-play appears to just be an even cheaper reissue of this old model. And Walmart had that as well, but obviously I didn't bother. So anyway, I've got 3 mini arcades to test out here. So let's take a cut, we'll take a quick look at each one, and you'll get to watch old Benny Boy flex his barely existent gaming muscle. Right out of the gate, I am thoroughly disappointed that they completely missed the cocktail table arrangement, and especially missed the fermenting margarita smell. But after looking up some pictures online of the original arcade cabinet, My Arcade Gaming, the folks that made this, seem to have done a decent job recreating it, albeit at a little different scale from what I saw. And I've also noticed on the back that you don't have to use batteries, but you can actually use a micro USB lead on this, so that's kind of cool. Although I think for simplicity's sake today, I'm going to stick with good old AA's. And up top here, there's also a volume control and a headphone jack, and I wonder if I could run this to the TV with an 1/8" to composite cable. Probably not. But nonetheless, let's try this out. Alright, I'm sharing the microphone with the game, so you might actually hear the game better than you hear me. But let's get this thing going. The graphics look a little chunkier than I remember. So far, so good. Yeah. There we go. Actually, I feel like I really have to kind of lean on the joystick to make it do what I want. Oh, I'm screwed. Yeah, maybe, yeah, I was trying to get up to that little dot up there, and that didn't happen. Alright, let's give it another go. I usually save the big dots for when I have a ghost coming my way. I think that's what they are. Ah! Alright, I think it gives me one more game. And here we go. Let's just jump right in, and yeah, I feel like I really have to go hard on the joystick. That sounded dirty. Yeah. You know, honestly, I'm not too terribly impressed with this one. So let's give the next one a shot. Now, I've been kind of dreading these truly tiny versions. I mean, I can barely play a regular handheld gaming console without getting serious headaches within about 5 minutes. Indeed, if I get the wild hair to play, say, a Game Boy game anymore, I have to run it to the Super Game Boy, Super Nintendo adapter thingy and play it on the TV. But nevertheless, once again, the powers that be, and I think this company is called World's Smallest, they've done a nice job at recreating the cabinet and as close to scale as possible. And from what I understand, there is no volume control, or better yet, mute on this thing. And there's the speaker. But I guess I'm not going to be using this guy as a way of passing the time in a waiting room. And it's got a keychain and everything on it. Come on, it screams portable. But anyway, hopefully my camcorder can process such a tiny screen, and hopefully I can see through the viewfinder of the camcorder well enough to keep it in the shot. But I guess there's only one way to find out. Alright, full disclosure here, I've already done a dry run just to check the camera focus, and also if you see a high score on there, you'll know what it is. Alright, I think I already have it on, yep. And I like how the top lights up as well. Alright, come on, let's get this going. Oh, this is gonna be hard for me to see. It's a little slower. But you know, honestly, it feels a tad truer to me. Maybe I'm just getting crazy in my old age. Yeah, I like this joystick way better. This one actually does what I tell it to. I love that. And of course, trying to keep everything in the shot. Yeah, I like that. I can kind of turn on a dime on the controls here. It's making my life a lot easier. I'd probably be playing even better than this if I didn't have to try and do it through the viewfinder off to the side. See if I can't. See if I can't kill a ghost. There we go. Yeah, I'm liking this a lot better than the other. Just a shame it's so small. Oh, damn. Another side effect of not being able to see what I'm doing. Yeah, that wasn't supposed to happen. Again, side effect of my trying to do this through the viewfinder of my camcorder. There we go. I must be missing some. Oh, there's one dot in the middle of nowhere. There we go. All right. Great. I think I'll stop that there. All right, let's take a look at Miss Pac-Man. I find the very existence of the Ms. Pac-Man character amusing. I mean, it's a yellow blob that eats dots. I'm not sure how reproductive organs factor into that. And shouldn't it be Pac-Woman or Pac-Girl or something like that? And of course, growing up, I couldn't tell the difference between the two games at all. And yes, I can now, and dare I say, this is a little more fun than the original. But my impression of a crappy hack stand-up comedian aside, once again, it looks like they've really done their darndest to replicate the original cabinet, and I assume control-wise and all, it's going to be about the same as the regular Pac-Man tiny game, and let's give it a shot. Okay, theoretically, this should be even better than the regular Pac-Man. There we go. I just love how that lights up. Okay. Yeah, once again, the controller, my having to try and watch the game and the viewfinder at the same time, notwithstanding, it's nice. I'm not sure who came up with this particular edition, but this is nice. I wish I could hook this up to a regular TV, use like an old Atari joystick or something, and really have some fun with it. Yeah. Come on. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna call this a success right away here. Unless it glitches or spazzes out on me or something. Yeah, I guess I got killed and I didn't even realize it. Again, trying to do two things at once. I may be able to knock out another round of this. Hey, success. Alright. Well, I gotta say, I am impressed. I guess I'll just leave this on for the hell of it. Let me grab the mic. Let me just say that I am impressed with this. It was so worth it. I guess it's kind of a shame it took me till closeout to pick this up, but I'm liking these quite a bit. So I'm just going to leave it at that, and I'm just going to keep on playing, although I think I'm going to turn the camera off. Alright, that's it for today's Ben's Junk. I will talk to you again soon.